Welcome to JSS Matriculation School Talawadi social class. Today I go to explain you history lesson number 1, source of medieval India. The period of AD 700 to 1200 and from AD 1200 to 1700 are classified as early medieval and later medieval periods. Respectively, in Indian history, numerous and varied sources are fortunately available to the historians engaging in the study of medieval India. Added to the information that can be gleaned from inscriptions, monuments, and coins are the accounts left by Arab, Persian, and Turkish chronicles. These accounts are rich in detail and have given first hand information on the life of kings. Through they provide very little information on the life of the common people. The opinion of the countries and chronicles are often one-sided, written in the hyperbolic language, exaggerating the king's achievements. Let us now explore the various sources available for the study of the history of medieval India. Do you know the famous words of Kaif Khan, a courtier of Emperor Aurangzeb? He says, "It is the duty of an historian to be faithful, to have no hope of profit, no fear of injury, to show no partiality on one side or animosity on the other, to know no difference between friends and stranger, and to write nothing but with sincerity." Now we are going to learn about sources of medieval periods. Sources are the supporting materials, documents, or records in the form of evidence that help to reconstruct the past. We have examined the details of political, economic, and socio cultural developments with the aid of sources. We divide as a two types of sources. That's one is primary sources and then one is secondary sources. Now we are going to learn about the primary sources, that are inscriptions, monuments, and coins, and the information available in them. Now first one we are going to learn about inscriptions. Inscriptions are writing engraved on solid surfaces such as rocks, stones, temples, walls, and metals. That's one. The king's royal decrees, dedication, and donation monuments raised in commemoration of victories in wars. Those built in the memory of deceased warriors contains rich information about the concerned era. Various types of lands gifted by Chola kings are known from the inscription and the copper plates. They are Vellang Vagai, land of non-Brahmin properties, we are going to call that. Brahmadeva, it means land gifted to Brahmins. Who are will gift the Brahmins? That lands will be called now. Shalabhoga, land for the maintenance of a school grounds, we have to call that. And land gifted to temples, we are called that Devadana. And land donated to Jaina institutions, we have to now Pallicha Chandam. Pallicha Chandam. We have to call it like that names in the olden days. And the next we are going to learn about copper plates, grants which were treated as legal documents, have significant source of value. The Islamic Persian practices and the relative high cost of copper plates made palm leaves and paper cheaper alternatives from 13th century onwards. Several copper plate grants issued during the later Chola period, 10th to 13th century, record gifts to individual priests or teachers who were Hindu, Buddhist, or Jaina, or to persons of expense. Both the giver and the receiver are very elaborately described by construct most stone inscriptions differ in their content. In stone inscriptions, the beneficency of a donor is recorded. The major focus is upon the givers. And the next is Tiruvalangadu plates of Rajendra Chola I and the anvil plates of Sundara Chola are notable examples of inscription. The another one is Uttarameruru inscriptions in Kanchipuram districts provide detail of the way in which the village administrations was conducted. Those are the inscriptions available in our history. In the next, we are going to learn about monuments of primary sources. Temples, places, mosques, tombs, forts, miners, and minarets are called by the collective name monuments. The Sultan of Delhi introduced a new type of architecture. The monuments they built had arches, domes, and minarets as the main features. The inscription in these monuments contain rich information which can be used to construct the medieval Khajuraho monuments is in Madhya Pradesh and temples in Konark, Odisha and Dilwara, Mount Abu, Rajasthan constitute value sources to understand the religion centered culture evaluation in northern India. The next monuments is temples in Tanjavur, Brihadishwara temple, Gangaikonda Cholapuram in Dwarasamudra symbolize the magnificent structure the later Chola built in Tamil Nadu. Vitala and Virupaksha temple at Hampi similarly speak of the contribution of Vijayanagara rulers in 15th century. The next is Kuwathul Islam Masjidi, Motki Masjidi, Zamma Masjidi, Fatehpur Sikri Dargah, all in and around Delhi, which will be there now, and Charminar in Hyderabad are the important mosque belongs to the medieval time. The next monuments is the fort of historical importance, Agra Fort, Chittur Fort, Gwalior Fort, and Delhi Red Fort, as well as the forts of Daulatabad, means Aurangabad, and Firoz Shah Kotla. These are the forts will be found in now. Next, places in Jaipur, Jaisalmer, and Jodhpur significant the greatness of the Rajput density and wielded enormous powers. From these places, Qutub Minar and Alai Darwaza, the tombs of Iltutmish, Balban, and the Mughal ruler are the other prominent structures recognized as valuable sources of information. Cities in ruins such as Firozabad and Tughlakabad in North India and Hampi in the South India remain rich repository of the history of medieval India. The last point of the primary sources are coins. The picture and the legend on the coins convey the name of kings with their title and portraits, events, places, dates, densities, and logos. The composition of metals in the coins give us information on the economic condition of the empire. Mention of kings' achievements like military conquest, territorial expansion, trade links, and religious faith can also be found in the coins. The Muhammad Ghori has stamped the figure of goddess Lakshmi on his gold coin and had his name inscribed on it. This coin tells us that this early Turkish invader was in all likelihood liberal in religious outlook. Copper jital are available for the study of the period of Delhi Sultans. Silver tanka introduced by Iltutmish. Alauddin Khilji gold coins. Muhammad bin Tughlaq's copper token currency are indicative of coinage, as well as the economic prosperity or otherwise of the country of the time. Do you know? A jitil contained 3.6 grains of silver. 48 jitils were equal to 1 silver tanka in the olden time.